Wow, wow, wow. So the Supreme Court decision actually came out today. And for those that did not see the news, the market is pumping. I would love to revisit this because I don't really think everyone understands the tsunami wave of lawsuits that are about to present themselves against the US. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, first off, the market's reaction is positive. NASDAQ is up almost 1% and it's still not breaking its pattern. Higher highs, higher lows. But what exactly was announced? Let me go ahead and show you. The Supreme Court of the United States has officially ruled that that President Trump's tariffs are illegal. I'm actually surprised that they actually ruled on it because they've been kicking that can down the road. The US now faces over $150 billion in potential tax refunds. This is huge, and this is devastating in that sense. So why is that the market is reacting in a positive way? That's the first thing that I want to address. I could see why the market could be reacting in a positive way because the market did not like these tariffs. Anytime a tariff was announced, as many of you guys saw during the Trump tariff trade war, April of 2025, the market saw a huge downturn. Markets do not like uncertainty. Let's get that understood. So I could see how the initial reaction, somewhat irrational, but the initial reaction can be positive. Don't fight it. Let the markets push up. There's a thing that I want to remind you, and the thing that I want to make you aware. The U.S. Supreme Court on tariff refunds, as was acknowledged at oral argument, the refund process is likely to be a mess. This is just the refund process. This does not take into consideration, like many big corporations have already, such as Costco, suing the Trump administration and suing the United States because of now what is viewed to be illegal tariff that was placed on them. They were out that money, and now what are they going to get paid back? Just the money that they were out? Well, no. They're going to ask for interest and also possible opportunity costs. The tsunami wave of companies that can flood in to devastate, asking for billions and billions of dollars in refunds, in interest payments. I don't know. I've never experienced anything like this. It's something that I wanted to present because obviously the initial reaction is very positive, and I think that I can see eye to eye with that. Why it's like, yay, no more tariffs, no more uncertainty. Great. Okay. Even Trump himself, look it up. I always encourage you to do your own due diligence. Even Trump himself has said that if the Supreme Court does rule against him, he does not know how the U.S. will pay back the billions of dollars that they've already collected and spent from tariff revenue. That this could devastate our economy. That is my concern. On top of that, just to add to it, for those that did not see, we had a series of reports being released today. We had the inflation PCE report, which is the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation. We came in at 2.9% for overall PCE versus expectation of 2.8%, higher than what was expected. On top of that, we had the US Q4 GDP come in at 1.4%. Expectation was 3%. This is GDP growth. We only grew 1.4%. Expectation was 3%. This is less growth than what was expected. Also not bullish. This is why during the pre-market session, you saw markets sell off once these reports were being released. But again, markets like to be irrational. They tried to recover. And then this announcement of the Supreme Court decision came out 30 minutes after the market opened. And now we are pushing up to new highs. Again, please go long. There's no reason that you need to sell your long positions. That's not what I'm here to say. What I'm here to remind you is the bigger picture. This is the initial reaction. One day does not define a market reversal. With that being said, well, what's bound to happen also this weekend? By being very aggressive at these levels, if any uncertainty next week begins to present itself, not just with more bad news of a series of companies flooding in to sue the United States, but on top of that, we have, as many of you guys have seen, Trump says that he is considering a limited strike on Iran as soon as this weekend. If an attack does happen, like we made it very clear, markets do not like uncertainty. And if uncertainty does strike, especially over the weekend, you'll have no way to be able to manage or mitigate risk. This isn't to scare you. This is just to remind you and to make you aware at overbought levels. It's not that you need to sell everything. It's that it's a good reminder to not be over leveraged. We're all here for the same reason, and it's to make money, right? Even the people, I actually had a few conversations with people on Twitter today, or X, about Open. I've obviously been very open about my opinions about Opendoor. I don't believe in the company. I don't believe that just because the new management wants to do good, that it's going to do the same thing that Carvana did. I think Carvana is a very different company than Opendoor in the sense that Carvana was previously a successful company that excelled in 2021. It had a terrible 2022 and 2023, but it did make a recovery. It was previously a successful business. That is not the story with Open. Open has been established and it's been selling off for years. It just simply isn't it. But again, I believe in your right to invest in an underdog story. I think it's great that you want to see a company do well, and I really hope that they do. The thing that I've made very clear with companies like this, when they show qualities of meme stock momentum, meaning from 50 cents to $10, my issue is not trading it. Like I said, we're all here for the same reason. I've had conversations with actual people that are invested in Open at fair prices, and they just share what they like about the company and why they're long on it, right? They also have great average purchase prices at $1 or $2, $3 per share. They can tolerate the downturn. My issue is the people that are pumping this stock because they're down on their positions. The example that I gave yesterday was this guy. This guy's name is Isaac, and I finally got him to share his overall position because he was just sharing his day position. He's down, what is that, 43%? He's down $21,000. Again, he's all in, down 50%. He's down 43% after being up 15% or 14% on the day. Now, my thing with this is, well, what happens if Open continues to retrace and gives back all that it gained from this earning report? Again, you have guys like Isaac, convicted felons, that are encouraging beginners to buy at elevated levels just so they can get out of their average purchase price of $8.52. These are the idiots that I want you to avoid. And again, it's just my opinion. I love sharing it in the sense that I did it with AMC. I did it with GameStop. We're all here for the same reason, and it's to make money. But please, when you see these parasites on social media promoting and pumping this stock with no fundamentals, it's the same gibberish thing over and over again. And they're simply doing it for their own benefit, not the company. Based off of what he's shown, he just simply wants to trade it. That's not like the investors that I've actually talked to that have a good average purchase price. He's just a bag holder that's down 50% that got in at a terrible purchase price of $8.50. Think about that. Is that really someone that you want to take advice from? If we look at the current levels, even after the 12% push, because now it's beginning to retrace, he would have to experience a 64% pump. And don't get me wrong, anything is possible when markets are irrational. I do believe that Open can pump as it has shown in the past before. That would be naive for me to not acknowledge as a possible outcome. My problem is with parasites that are trying to take advantage blatantly of beginners. They're trying to pump up the stock for their own gain, right? So if we call out politicians for doing this, kind of madness, why wouldn't we call out felons that are doing this on social media? And that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. I have no issue with anyone investing in any company that they see value in. But when you bring beginners and you do not disclose the inherent risk of jumping into a speculative company that is still in possibly the beginning stages of turning things around, then at that point, again, that is where I do like to step in and remind beginners of the inherent risk of trading and investing in speculative companies. Again, to each their own. I wish you guys nothing but the best. We're all here for the same reason. It's to make money. I have no open position. I definitely love talking crap to a lot of these very vocal people on social media. It's been really fun to be able to engage back and forth and honestly learn more about their thesis behind the company on why they are so bullish. I really don't believe Open would be where it is today if it weren't for this open door army that they have behind it. And I think that's fine, right? Do I think that it'll work? No, I really don't. But I think some people need to experience that type of drawdown maybe to kind of get a reality check. And that's the thing, is that if you want to take advantage of anything like this, do it with money that you can actually afford to lose. I just don't like seeing it when it's happening to beginners and they're encouraged to go all in, or that you're not buying enough. I think it's at that point just taking advantage of beginners that do not know what they're truly getting themselves into. Don't use leverage. Don't use margin. If you want to buy something that's more speculative, just do it with a dollar amount in which you can actually afford to lose. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Again, it is showing signs of an overbought reversal, and if it breaks this major support, who knows? Open door can begin to retrace back into the fours. So again, I hope that you do what you think is best. And remember, we're all here for the same reason. It's to make money. And if other people are encouraging you not to sell, I want to remind you, not taking profits is not going to pay your bills. And definitely listening to others isn't either. So do what you believe is best and is in your best interest. In a market full of greed, never be afraid to be selfish and look out for yourself. That's at least always something that we like to encourage the beginners that watch our videos. When in doubt, cash out. Wish you guys nothing but the best. Hope that earns a thumbs up, and very excited to do my part in keeping you guys up to date with everything that's going on with the Trump tariff decision, and as well as the tensions between Iran and the US. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.